She had just died and arrived in heaven, only to see both of her husbands waiting for her. One was her first love, who died on the battlefield. The other was the man she had spent 65 years with. Fate handed her the hardest multiple-choice question imaginable. She could only choose one to go to heaven with her. The two men argued endlessly. Each of them said she should choose him. She was completely lost, not knowing what to do.
I know, I'm trying. I thought it was the real Timon. I swear to God.
Stop! Stop it!
The story goes back 7 days earlier. Joan and Larry lived a quiet, ordinary life. They would argue over who got the TV remote, and Larry was always the one who apologized first. Then he'd go wherever Joan wanted to go. They would also bicker about vacation plans, whether to go to the mountains and watch the sea of clouds, or head to the beach and lie in the sun. One day, the whole family gathered together. The couple went to their son's house to attend their great-grandchild's gender reveal party. Before entering the house, Larry gently pulled down Joan's sleeve to hide the IV marks and bruises on her arm. Because Joan had just been diagnosed with late-stage cancer, she decided to tell the children later. Larry understood her. He knew she didn't want the kids to worry. The moment they stepped inside, they were met with laughter and noise. Everything had already been prepared. Larry had just sat down on the couch when their great-granddaughter came running over with old photos. She had brought them up from the basement. They were photos of a young Joan and her first husband, Luke. Even though 60 years had passed, whenever Joan thought of Luke, the pain in her chest still came rushing back.
Why would you leave him for Papa?
No, sweetie. Luke was a soldier and he died at war.
Larry slowly stood up. There was a stubborn, bitter feeling building inside him. He wanted to see for himself the man everyone said was more handsome than him. The man his wife had remembered her whole life. But before he could even get a clear look at the photo, the cookie in his mouth suddenly got stuck in his throat. After the chaos, when Larry opened his eyes again, he found himself on a speeding train. A clear announcement came over the loudspeaker. We have arrived at the transfer station to the eternal world. All passengers must disembark. Larry followed the crowd, stepping off the train in a daze. He rode the escalator up to the arrival hall. Trains arrived here every 15 minutes. Every soul that left the human world passed through here, waiting for their afterlife coordinator. Larry blended into the crowd, wearing the same confused expression as everyone else. Eventually, Larry met his coordinator, Anna. Before he could ask why he was suddenly here, Anna handed him a mirror.
When you get here, your form reverts to its happiest self. It can be any age.
Larry couldn't accept that he was dead, especially since his wife had cancer and still needed him. He stubbornly believed it was just a nightmare, that if he fought hard enough he'd wake up.
Wake up, Larry, wake up. Wake up. Come on, buddy. Come on. What the hell is that?
If you were dreaming, you wouldn't feel that pain.
Larry had never imagined the afterlife could look so much like the living world. That's when Anna finally explained. This place was not heaven. It was a transfer station between the human world and eternity. Everyone would receive eternal life. Larry was assigned to a private room. He had 7 days to choose one person to go to the eternal world with him. The eternal world could be a beach, a forest, or a city, but only one place, forever. If anyone tried to cross into another eternal world, they would have to pass through a red door, and if they were caught, they would be thrown straight into hell.